Hi everybody, this is Oleg. Thanks for joining me for a live stream. This is my, I think, fourth or fifth live stream. So we have one person in the chat, that's cool. Let's wait for maybe one or two more and then we'll start. Yeah, don't forget to, thanks for liking. Boxer Mom, hi. Thanks for joining. Good to see you. All right, we have 3 people in the chat. All right, cool. Well, since I'm small YouTuber, very small YouTuber, I'm not gonna wait until I have, a few hundred people gathered here. Stealth Mall, hi Stealth Mode. Boxer Mom is asking where I am. I am near Clio, South Carolina, like Cleopatra. About 60, 70 miles west of Myrtle Beach. I wish I was closer to Myrtle Beach. I'd go swimming. I would love to go swimming. It's extremely hot here, at least for my liking, for my taste. It's about 87 degrees here, so it'd be perfect to go swimming. There's a couple of people here in South Carolina that I would like to meet, and obviously they would like to meet me as well. I'm just a little bit too far away from you guys. You know who you are. You might be in this chat, in this live stream. You might rewatch it later. And when I will be closer to you, I certainly will, call and try to make arrangements to meet with you. Right now, I'm just about 3 hours away from you guys that I would like to meet. But anyway, as long as I'm driving truck, one of these days I'll be there. Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about the weather. The weather is crazy, in my opinion. Let me know now in the live stream if you're from the area, or later in the comments, if this is normal kind of weather. To me, April 5th and it's 87 degrees. I have some friends and family in Florida, and in Clearwater, Florida, they had 100 degrees, which is just, in my opinion, insane in the beginning of April. So a couple days ago I was in Wyoming and it was 26 degrees and it's 87 here, 60 degrees difference. Quite a bit. If it would get to this level of heat in course of like 2 or 3 weeks or a month, it'd be okay. But just going from below freezing to this, a little bit too high. St. Augustine, Florida, 93, yeah. Oh, is it normal? Wow. Well, I guess maybe it is normal then. It's just, for me, I'm from, Northwest, Pacific Northwest. I used to live in Oregon for 26 years. I've been living across the river in Washington now, in Vancouver, Washington, for past little year with change. Same thing, same area. I'm only about 20 miles north of where I used to live right now. So, where my house is right now. Right now I'm in Clio, South Carolina. And so, I'm used to slow warm-ups. Vinlago, look into Grand Solar Minimum. Yeah. Before it was Grand Solar Maximum, now it's Grand Solar Minimum. I know sun. I don't even know what to think anymore with the weather. I think also, in my opinion, they have manipulated with the weather so much that the weather doesn't know what to do. Again, back in Wyoming, I was there when I went home 2 weeks ago. It was 4 degrees, and that was end of March. This time around, when I was coming out here, was 26, which is a heat wave, I suppose, for Wyoming. This, yeah, definitely would be perfect weather to go swimming. But I'm too far away. I cannot just drive this truck, toward the evening, not knowing where I'm gonna park over there. If it was closer, I would take Uber and go swimming. So hopefully, one of these days I'll be close enough to the ocean where I can have mini vacation. While I'm waiting to get unloaded. I was supposed to get unloaded today, but because of traffic and construction, blah blah blah, I came here at 3:30, and turned out to be they only open for to take your load till 2 p.m. So here I am, just trying to kill this evening. So I thought this is perfect way to spend my evening, socialize with you guys. And then maybe I'll do a little bit of workout. Right now it's too hot. I usually work out outside. Oh, my bear in Salem, chilling, drizzling. Yeah, honestly, being in Pacific Northwest for so long, MC Pro, shout out to MC Pro. MC Pro is a new coming YouTube star. His channel is pretty quickly actually growing, and MC Pro is actually also happened to be my son. So shout out to MC Pro. Check out his channel, subscribe, check out his videos. He's got a bunch of random videos on different topics, travel, animals, very interesting actually. And also, his love is Hot Wheels, mine too. And so yeah, MC capital and then PRO, little letters, MC Pro. And he's got a whole bunch of interesting videos, so check him out, subscribe and like. So yeah, it's really hot here, MC Pro, very hot. At least a couple months down the road, 90 degree will feel probably just fine, but right now feels a little bit too hot. So yeah, I was saying, if it was closer, I'd drive there with my truck, but going into the evening, who knows? I'm always worried about if I can find a parking, especially in places I don't know. Out west, all the western states, there is just, oh, thanks for Vin Lagos, thanks for subbing to MC Pro, thanks for your support. And back, anywhere from, I would say, from Iowa and west, I'm not worried about parking. There is a lot of it. Here on the East Coast, at least I can say it's challenging. So yeah, so I'm trying to I try to start my day 4 or 5 a.m. So I start early, I finish early. I can only drive 11 hours a day, and 11 hours a day, 30 minutes is lunch, couple of breaks, so a 12-hour day basically. And yeah, stealth mode, yeah, I don't like to take any risks if I don't really have to. I don't want to get some big ticket. That's the truth. Otherwise, if tickets for truck drivers weren't so extreme, I probably would do it. But I suppose, of course I could go, use my personal time and do it on the personal time, and that's all good. But if I get pulled over and checked, no problem. However, parking is a big problem. I don't know if I would find parking over there. And then if I come back here later on, by the time I'm done, this truck stop here probably will be full. So yeah, I'll wait until I will be closer to the ocean. I put this towel here because there's a logo on my shirt from my previous job, and my old boss asked me not to show my logo, his logo, in my videos. So I said, okay, cool, I won't. And so I'll just wait until I just end up one day in South Carolina or Florida, closer to some kind of beach, and take Uber hopefully, and take a dip. Because driving this truck isn't cheap. It cost me about $1 a mile in gas just to drive this monster. And plus with 53-foot trailer loaded, trying to park it somewhere close enough. Yeah, it's just too complicated. Too complicated for a truck driver like me. I'm still newbie. I'm still consider myself new. Sunset Beach, North Carolina. Yeah, when I will be nearby, I certainly will check out Sunset Beach. Sorry, I missed your name. On the phone, your messages appear and then they just fade away. Oh, Vinlago. Cool. Yeah, thank you. I will check that beach if I'm nearby one day. So, anyway, I wanted to touch again, excuse me, Pilot Coffee. Very good. And, they're not joking when they say best coffee on the interstate. It's really tasty. They have machines that, grind the coffee right there for you, and they have different varieties, some organic Colombian coffee, really delicious coffee. So, yeah, if you ever drive by Pilot or Flying J truck stop and you're a coffee lover, definitely stop in for a cup. Yeah, MC Pro 30 as well. That would lead you to his shorts. And he's got a whole bunch of good shorts as well. So, anyway, some of you may have seen my video. Oh, you know what? Before I go further, I also want to shout out Nick with Freedom Inc. Nick, he's my friend, YouTube friend. We talk on the phone. We talk through messaging. Never met him yet in person. He's somewhere in Tennessee. But yeah, he actually told me how to announce my live stream in advance. I had no idea how to do it on the cell phone, and he explained to me how. It's really simple. So I'm really happy about that, and I just wanted to shout him out. If you like raw content, if you don't get offended too easy, because he doesn't beat around the bush. He said things as they are, and for that reason I like him. And if you like the kind of content, he just said the way it is, you're gonna love his channel. So yeah, Freedom Inc. INC. Check his channel out. Just wanted to shout him out because he's a good guy. He's a friend of mine, and he taught me one more thing, how to YouTube. So anyway, economy. Some of you have seen my video a couple of days ago. Was it yesterday? I lost count. When was it? Either yesterday or day before. I think it was day before, actually. I made a video where I filmed an auction. Ritchie Brothers auction. I see them everywhere in different states. It was full of trailers for tractor trailers. About a year ago, it was empty. There was none. Just empty yard. Now there was over 100 of them. And when I saw it, it truly makes me worried, because, if people dropping their trailers, their jobs, their trucks probably too, it's not a good sign, to say the least. So this is also, in my opinion, true sign of economy sliding down a spiral, and at a fast pace. Besides, food is getting more expensive on a daily basis. Now we see that people are getting rid of their trailers, which means they're not doing their work, their business anymore. It really makes me wonder. It makes me worried. What's going to happen? I'm waiting. This is already middle of the spring. It's already April. I'm waiting personally for my loads to get more expensive. hopefully that would make a difference, because when I started this gig back year and a half ago in summer of 2021, end of the summer, I was more than happy. Yeah, I didn't like being away from my family, but I still like the paycheck. And now, I'm quite disappointed. I don't even know how much longer I will last. I'm already looking around and asking about different opportunities just in case. You gotta have plan B. And most of us here, if not all of us, are preppers. And I hope most of us do have plan B, hopefully even plan C, because when, okay, I shouldn't say when, because crap is hitting the fan already, as as we saw in that video. If you didn't see that video, check the video out I made 2 days ago with a bunch of tractor trailers being sold out. Stealth Mode is asking how many subs would be helpful. I think the more subs the better, just like anyone else. The more subs the better, yeah. And so anyway, oh yeah, I see your question. Yeah, he has 132 subs, or 135, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Stealth Mode. Thanks for trying to support my boy. I appreciate it. So, anyway, and so this dollar is tanking. Food's getting more expensive. We need to have plan A, plan B, and possibly even plan C. How to survive just being in your house. I often talk about on this channel about bugging out, which in my opinion is inevitable under a couple of different circumstances. One, if and when, well, I should hope for if nuclear war strikes. I hope it doesn't. I'm pretty sure eventually it will. When, nobody knows. But when that happens, people will be bugging out, because people will be getting away from the detonation, from the epicenter where the bomb was detonated, trying to get away from radiation. And so, second scenario, if we have massive disaster, like weather disaster, whether it's Yellowstone is going to explode and cover half of the United States, if not entire United States, in ash, or whether we're going to have that massive earthquake they've been talking about. Ever since I moved to Oregon, they've been talking about that earthquake that's going to strike from California to Canada. I think it will happen. There is a movie pretty much about it. What is it called? San Andreas. Check out that movie. That movie, when you see that movie, you will be preparing for an earthquake. Obviously, if you don't vanish in the earthquake, then you'll have to be in a survival mode, and you will be bugging out if you will be able to, because obviously bridges will be down, and to cross any river, how are you going to cross it? You're probably going to need an inflatable boat, which I still don't have, but I have the plan of getting small, maybe 2-person inflatable rowboat. Let's say I'm bugging out and I come across the river that the bridge is busted. How am I going to get on the other side? Well, if it's a 2-person boat, I can take whoever's in my group. I can take them one by one across the river. And I have gone across Columbia River, for an example, in a canoe. It was actually a scary experience, Columbia River is a giant river. It's in some places looks like Mississippi River. It's huge, and it looks peaceful, but not until you get to the middle of it. The current is really strong. So I was with my cousin in the canoe going across that river just for fun. And I'm glad I did it because that gave me some perspective, and experience. It was one person tiny plastic canoe. And I thought, if I did it in a canoe, I can probably do it in a rowboat. Although some might argue that it's easier to do it in a canoe. Maybe, I don't know. I just know it can be done. If your life depends on it, it can definitely be done. So you gotta have, inflatable boat. And my MC Pro said, I agree. When disaster strikes, the chance to survive goes up. Oh yeah, you're all gonna try very hard to survive. I mean, right now, when you go to store and you don't find something, what do? You go to another store until you find it. So yeah, inflatable boat. It's, in my opinion, you should have it in your preps, because let's say you're bugging out in your car. Your car, depends how big it is. Still, you're gonna be able to fit in the car as more than you could in your backpack. Let's say that. And so when you do come across the stream or a river, small river, big river, and the bridge is busted, there's no place to go, you will be transporting everything in the boat, all your group and the stuff. And once you all done crossing the river, then it's going to be your bug out bag. Whatever you can put on your back, that's all. And then you better be in good shape. This is why being able to walk, some distance is crucial with a backpack. I haven't done this lately, which I should, but I've done before for a couple of years. I was taking a walk during the day when I had a break. When I used to work in Seattle delivering different medical supplies, whenever I would have a chance to walk, I would put a backpack with bunch of bottled water in there, about 20 pounds worth, and just walk in the park with that backpack and with a dumbbell, trying to exercise in the same time. So I think doing something like this, they also have weights. My sister just gave me actually weights. I forgot if it was, I think it was for my birthday. I haven't used them. Shame on me yet. But you put those weights on your ankles, which makes it more difficult. And, you walk with those things, you train yourself. So training is like one of the crucial things, because whether it's nuclear war, whether it's earthquake, and yes, check out San Andreas movie. That movie, of course, Hollywood makes things either really crazy or really scary. However, if that earthquake strikes, it's probably going to be just like in the movie. So crucial to be ready to walk a distance. Most of us don't have time to walk every day 5 miles. However, if you can walk one every day and then maybe work to 1.5 or 2, and you do it pretty much, as much as possible on a daily basis, you will be more ready than most. Of course, add to that pair of good hiking shoes, and you're good to go. So yeah, working out, getting yourself in shape should be on everyone's priority list. Anyway, also about the trains being derailed. Seems like every few days there is a train somewhere being derailed. Isn't it funny that these trains that are getting derailed, most if not all of them, are loaded with chemicals? You don't see trains being loaded with lumber being derailed or with some machinery, equipment. No, it's with chemicals. So somebody is behind. Who? I have no idea. If you have any clue or just want to voice your opinion, let me know in the comments, because I'm curious to know your opinion, and I really would like to know who is behind this stuff. First I thought Billy was behind, and he may be. You know who I'm talking about, Billy from Washington. The Microsoft inventor. He wants to get, he has the most farms right now in his possession. He doesn't like any individual farmers, so I think he's trying to get rid of them personally. That's my opinion. But yeah, and there may be some other people. Some people say it could be Russian or Chinese doing that. Anything is possible. Maybe all three are possible. I don't know, but it's not looking good. Every 2-3 days, train somewhere derailed. And we had that barge on the Ohio River in, I think it was Kentucky, state of Kentucky, that hit the bridge. It's just a mess everywhere. So anyway, yeah, let me know if you know, or at least your opinion, who might be doing it. Another thing, wanted to touch on Trump's arrest. First I was thinking, it's all just play, it's all pretending, it's just get our attention on something else. And it may be, it still may be, because anymore I don't believe anymore who is true their own man and who is not. I think most of them, if not all of them, are puppets of somebody, And I never been a Trump's fan, but in my opinion, they are basically telling him how to spend his money. It doesn't matter, Stormy Daniels or whatever her name is. Yeah, I think Stormy Daniels. He paid her for what reasons or services, or to be quiet. Well, whatever, it's his money, and it's not like he did something crazy like child molesting. She got paid for her services, so I don't see what's the problem. And in my opinion, the reason why I'm even talking about it, if they treat Trump, who was president of the United States, a billionaire, a public person, if they treat Trump that way, how do you think they can treat you and I? Think about it. If they don't like you for whatever reason, there is no mercy for you. And it's easy to see even now when, crap is hitting the fan here and there, but things are still relatively peaceful, especially when you compare this country with my old country, Ukraine. There's no bombs exploding. Can't say everything is in order, but compared to Ukraine, it is. And so right now, if a policeman pulls you over, I've had a number of times, I've been pulled over a number of times, and I have seen policemen that were good guys when they should have given me a ticket, when they didn't, when they should have. I've also seen plenty that were mad as a dogs, And so if those nasty ones, if they treat you now, and I'm sure 99% of you have gone through that, if this is how they treat you now, when everything is under control, when supposedly you have your rights, your human rights, blah blah blah. How do you think the government would treat you if, for whatever reason, they don't like you? You know, we can look at Trump, and that's a good example of how they can treat you. So bravo, thanks for joining. Also, Alex and Asalchik, thanks for joining, guys. Good to see you all in here. Alex is my family, my brother-in-law. Good to see you in here. And 12 Bravo is a YouTube friend. Thanks for your support, my friend. You always watch and comment and thumbs up my videos. So yeah, really appreciate you, and I really appreciate all of you, actually. You know, every one of you. And so yeah, going back to that, this is how they would treat you. And now with AI basically exploding, you know, in China, I think, in my opinion, China is a testing ground. In all the cities, they have millions, literally millions of cameras, and they watch every move you make. You know that song, everywhere, every move you make, every step you take? You know, who sings that? Police? That song, that's what that song is talking about Big Brother. And that song came out, I don't know how long, 25, 30 years ago or more, not sure. They sang about that, you know, about the Big Brother. And so, with, like in China right now, they test, they see how it works, and it's gonna spread all over the world. This AI, this surveillance, you know, everybody, once it reaches here, everybody like Chinese is gonna be walking on eggshells. Because if you raise your voice, if you cross the street where you're not supposed to, anything that they don't like, if you don't recycle good enough, whatever, your social score is going to drop. And once your social score drops, in China, for example, if your social score is too low, you cannot buy the airplane ticket, you cannot have high-speed internet, nothing. I mean, they won't even have to, the government won't even have to work too hard, because AI is going to be doing it for them. So anyway, this is why also, here is again, why, in my opinion, more and more, I think all governments are tied together. Because AI, you see how it spreads, and it's going everywhere. You know, the pandemic that we went through, the whole world was doing exactly the same thing, as if they rehearsed. Well, they probably rehearsed. This is exactly also why, in my opinion, war right now in Ukraine, I think it's all pre-planned. It's all staged, unfortunately. Too bad for Ukraine to be in the wrong place, because the war is real. People are dying on both sides. Civilians are dying. Cities are being destroyed. But who started this war? You know, you can blame Zelensky, you can say evil Putler, it just doesn't matter. In my opinion, I think all of them are puppets. Anyway, I staged. Okay, MC Pro is asking what is staged. Staged means it was pre-planned, and in my opinion, it's going according to the plan. Because look, the front line hardly moves, very little, if any. How can it be? It's supposed to be going one direction or another. Yeah, Ukraine is planning big counterattack, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course. However, the war's been going on. Russia occupied so much of territory in the beginning of the war, and for the past almost a year, front line hasn't moved. So, in my opinion, all they're doing is just killing off nations, both Russian and Ukrainian, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I think that's what's going on. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about all that. Yeah, I used to, back before Soviet Union fell apart, I think Cold War was a real deal. I think United States truly was afraid of Soviet Union, and USSR was afraid of USA. After the fall of USSR, I don't think so. I think it's all, there is, the powers that be, the handful of people, the bankers, who truly own the money and own this world, they're the ones that make decisions. And all these wars now, when you see these wars, in my opinion, they are all staged and pre-planned. I don't think there is one war in the past 20 years that was just out of the blue, just because somebody was mad at somebody. I think it's all staged, in my opinion. And one more thing about Putin. I said it in my previous live stream. In case you didn't see it, I'll say it now. He used to be my hero. I used to love him. I used to think he's the best president there is. But red flags went up during pandemic, and then I started to study him. I'm still studying him, and red flags continue going up. Over the years he has met with the Pope. Why would he go and meet with Pope? Most people realize that Pope is not your friend. Most people realize that he is one of the globalists. Putin, he claims now to be, back in USSR times he was a communist. Now he, even goes to church and puts a candle, so he pretends to be an Orthodox, or maybe he repented and became Orthodox. Only God knows heart. But if he is Orthodox, why does he go meet with Pope? Pope is Catholic. Second thing, he went to Klaus Schwab's school. That's, to me, a huge red flag. So, I don't know. Time will tell. But if he is one of them, then he doesn't care about Russia, as he says he does. I personally don't think so. More and more, I don't think so. As time goes by, more and more, I think he's one of them. So time will tell. We'll see what happens. I'm going to wind down live stream because I'm sitting in this truck. It's almost 90 degrees outside. And this truck is not, it's off. It's not running. So AC is off. And the reason why it's off, because it'd be kind of loud in here. The microphone picks up all the noises. You wouldn't be able to hear me well. And it's becoming kind of warm in here. If I open these windows, it'll be noisy, plus all that crazy hot air will come in. So I'm gonna wind down the stream. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment if you're gonna rewatch, any of you, this live stream, whoever's gonna rewatch it. If you have an opinion on anything, we talked about in this live stream, leave me a comment, let me know. Love to see your feedback, love to see your opinion. Take care everybody, God bless. Thanks everybody, appreciate you all, love you all. Take care, we'll see you in the next live stream, in the next upload. Bye-bye.